Welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for watching. Today I'm starting off by saying that I moved. I have decided to come and live with my grandma in her home. Oh my god, it's so windy. My grandma and I have moved up north, middle of nowhere in Minnesota. We are gonna spend the summer up here just kind of living and hanging out away from everything COVID-19, and we're gonna see how it goes. So it's just her and I, change of scenery. It's so windy, so I'm gonna go back inside, but I just wanted to let everybody know. Okay, so here I am in a new kitchen. Just like I said, I'm up north, so I'm wearing plaid because it's a vibe, I guess. And it goes with the kitchen. So here we are. Today I'm making vegan enchiladas. They are so good and kind of time consuming, but 100% worth it. So basically, there are 3 pieces to this recipe. You need the enchilada sauce, which I'm gonna make from scratch. You need the taco meat, and you need the cheese sauce. Those are all 3 gonna be homemade, so again, it takes a little bit of time, but it's really relatively straightforward, and I'll walk you through the whole thing. So first up, I like to do the enchilada sauce. So I'm gonna put all the spices together in a bowl, mix them up, and I'm gonna cook them with tomato paste and vegetable broth. And that will give me the enchilada sauce that I'm looking for. Okay, so I'm starting to put together the spices. I will bring you with me here. I have 2 tablespoons of chili powder in the bowl already, and then I'm gonna do half a teaspoon of onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, and cumin. It calls for smoked paprika, which I do usually use, but it's just not gonna happen today. Okay, so in the pan here I put 3 teaspoons of water. This is an oilless recipe for no particular reason. It just doesn't use oil, so it's probably better for the sauce, honestly. So the water is, oh, nice light. The water is warm in the pan, and here, I'll show you. And now I'm just gonna dump in the mixture of flour and the spices, and I'm gonna mix that around, and I'll let that cook for 30 seconds or so. And once I feel like it's kind of been incorporated, I'm gonna do probably 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, mix that around, and then with a whisk, I'm gonna go in with the vegetable broth and whisk it together. It's 2 cups of vegetable broth, and then I just let the sauce simmer on low heat the whole time I'm making the rest of the food, and by the time I'm done, it'll be like a really thick enchilada sauce consistency. Okay, next step is the taco meat. So I'm gonna take a whole head of cauliflower, chop it up small. Usually I use our food processor, but I don't have one up here, so I'm just gonna use a blender, and I'll just blend it in a couple batches and it'll do the same thing. And then I'm gonna do probably 4 mushrooms. I'll cut them up and I'll blend them as well. And they're gonna go into the frying pan with some olive oil and kind of crisp and lose some of that moisture, and that will become the taco meat. Okay, that took forever to mash all that up, but we made it through. So now I'm going to put together the rest of the meat. So I'm going to add together corn and beans. I have just a whole pan of black beans that I've just strained. I'm dumping in there. And then I have frozen corn here that I'm just gonna do like, I don't know, a cup-ish, maybe even a lot more. And I'm gonna let that combine together probably 5 minutes, just so that the corn warms up a little bit, because I don't want to put a cold mixture into the tortillas. Then it won't cook as fast in the oven. So the sauce is looking pretty good. It needs to be a little darker, so I'm gonna add some more chili powder, I think. But then to this meat, I'm gonna add in probably a teaspoon of cumin, and I'm gonna do a teaspoon of paprika. I'm supposed to do smoked paprika, but your girl does not have that here. So salt and garlic and onion powder. I'll mix that in with 2 tablespoons of vegetable broth and 2 tablespoons of liquid aminos, and let it simmer, like I said, for probably 5 minutes till the corn warms up. Okay, next up, nacho cheese sauce. So good to go in the enchiladas instead of cheese. So, let me put you down. So I'm gonna do half a cup of nutritional yeast. Where's my measuring cup? Okay. This is 3/4 of a cup, whatever. Half a cup of nutritional yeast. The juice of a lemon. What else is in it? Paprika, onion powder, chili powder. Okay. I'm gonna blend it all together. I've been soaking 2 cups of cashews in hot water. Mix it with 3.5 cups of water. Okay, so all of the pieces are ready finally, and I'm ready to prepare. So I have the cheese sauce here, the taco meat, which looks so good. And then I've prepared this dish, and I've used a throwaway one because I'm gonna freeze the leftovers since it's just the 2 of us eating. So I put maybe half a cup of the enchilada sauce at the bottom of the pan, and I spread it around. And now I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna assemble the enchiladas. So I take a tortilla, I'm gonna do like a spoonful of the queso, and I do a spoonful of the meat. And it's kind of messy, but it's so good. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna fill this tray. I'll probably have to grab one more and fill that one as well. And then I will come back and show you what the next step is. Okay, so it's all panned up here. I'm gonna grab the enchilada sauce, and I'm just gonna spoon it onto the top of the enchiladas. And I'm just gonna mix it around a little bit. Perfect. And then I'm gonna take some of the cheese sauce. A lot, honestly, because why not? It's so good. And I'm just gonna spoon this all over. And I don't mix this part because I like to see the separation of the cheese sauce and the enchilada sauce, personally. So it looks like that. Oh my God. I'm gonna put this in the oven, 375 for 25 minutes until the cheese starts to bubble. Don't be afraid to leave it in there because the tortillas kind of cool down and you want them to be really warmed all the way through. All right, we're all ready to eat here. This is out of the oven. It looks amazing. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll see you next time. Honestly, I spend half the time in cooking just eating the food before it's even ready. And then I'm not hungry when I go to eat it. Does this happen to anyone else?